Sarah may have been looking into Mulberry Communications, but the whole point to me letting you know if anybody, on the live feeds listening, if we have an issue, this is call 911. Most of the time, I don't know because I don't use that phone. I don't know it's down.
This is upcoming.
Also, I go in and check messages, and if there's a message, I return the call. There was no messages, so I never picked it up to return a call. I just thought, heck, things were good.
Okay, thank you.
So,
But it's working now, right?
it's working.
Got it.
For the moment, anyhow.
I'd like to put you out on the spot here a little bit, but not really. Get the fence put up around the loft. If we could get a quote for that, to get that secured for our evidence, our bigger items, evidence that needs to be stored, not in the office.
You want a fence around the whole building?
No, just inside the bay where we built the loft.
Okay.
If we could put, because anybody can walk up there now. If we could put the fencing up and put a gate there with a lock on it, that would totally secure that off.
Okay.
With that, the locked doors and the camera outside.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, get some bids. We'll look at it and see what we're talking about.
I mean, I think that's something we could probably do. It wouldn't be that hard, just to anchor the fencing up there.
Yeah, it'd be like fence panels.
Yeah, fence panels.
Chain link fence panels.
Okay.
Other than that, that's all I have.
Okay.
Other than my note here, stop by Steve Bowman.
See what?
Stop by and see Steve tomorrow. No, that's it.
Okay. All right. Jeff, you are next on the agenda here.
Yeah, just a couple things real quick. One, because I've been approached by a couple people just in the last couple of weeks. Some of the vegetation that's overgrown onto some of the streets. We're getting ready to have school commence again, and they're worried, especially as you get in wintertime, if the kids are kind of forced off the sidewalk in the street, i.e. treehouse, good example of that. So I don't know, is that the owner's responsibility or?
If it's on personal property, I'd certainly think that would be it.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, if there's times you see when trees get into electric lines, well, then the power companies or those companies, they cut them down, no matter what the deal is.
Yeah.
So.
I'll make that phone call tomorrow.
Okay.
On that one.
And see, Amsler, see if you can't get that handled.
I kind of walked around.
Any other locations?
That's the only one. I actually did a kind of physical walk around. It's really the only one I saw. So the other one is just alleyways in general. I know like our alleyway, just behind Dr. Green's, a lot of vegetation grows up and you can't see vehicles coming. And again, now that might be a little bit different. Whose responsibility is it to keep that up on a corner of an alley or somewhere along the alleyway? So,
yeah. The other house, I think, Chad, you guys sprayed it, right?
Yeah, we sprayed all the there at the corner of the burned out house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is Christy going to start mowing that?
If we wanted to, yeah, we can. Yeah, we were
better.
spraying crossbows, so we sprayed crossbows
problem-
to keep the trees from getting worse.
The problem with that house, and I have a smaller mower than what the town has, and I don't mind still mowing it and the town getting credit for it later, but it's the one side that faces North Street is a hill, and I tear it, like I have to constantly be jacking up so I don't tear part of the hill out. And then the other side has like one good flat area, then I gotta watch what I'm doing because there's a hill on the other side of the sidewalk. So I don't know. Also, I hit the meter a couple times with my blades. Not good. It's real. I mean, it literally takes me 5 minutes. I'm not even joking to mow the strips that I mow, but it does a number on my mower. I don't know what it's going to do to the town mower. That's the thing.
The town mower's even bigger than yours, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at it.
So like my mower barely fits to do the one strip between the sidewalk and the road. Even though I know a bigger mower could fit, it would just hang out over on the sidewalk more. But I don't know. You can have Christy do it once, and if she's like, "There's no way we're doing," I'll do it with my smaller mower.
Or just weed eat it all.
You know, I mean, it would take probably 20-30 minutes to weed eat it all. So, be a good job for Brody.
Why don't you? I was say, why don't you eat it?
She's so trying to get
Why don't you go to Frankfurt, Ed?
So yeah, we'll try to keep like I said, those trees. A lot of those trees grow like weeds, so we didn't want to see them get any bigger since there's no hope, not a lot of hope for it to get any better right now. We didn't want to see those trees just keep getting bigger. So
And we've already got a deal where grass was to be 6.5, 7 inches, which was it? Came up with, I forget.
6, 7,
Yeah, something like that.
6,
What
7,
is
7 inches.
7 inches.
Moved from 8 to 7. Remember?
7 inches, 8 days.
We did all that for 1 inch. Remember?
Yeah,
Too
I
soon?
know.
Okay.
What a deal.
All right.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay.
Okay.
Next was Terry Raber.
Yep.
Is that you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we own a house here in town, and we're having it completely rehab. And I had a company. They come from Westville, and the tenant had mowed the yard back for all summer, probably half the last summer. So he come in, he chewed all that up with machinery, and he leveled the backyard, and he sowed grass and grass and fertilizer and the net that goes on top. And so, and right now we've got the bathroom getting remodeled. I had Renico come in, do all the new plumbing in the basement. I don't have, the granite tops aren't going to be in for the cabinets until, the end of, it's like the second week.
The granite top,
Yeah.
I thought that was coming 29th.
Okay, yeah.
30th.
You're right, the 30th, yes. But I was going to maybe move that back because we're going to be an issue. So anyway, make a long story short, I'd like to know if I can get the water deducted, because I don't even have a toilet. There's no toilet in there, there's no sink in there, there's nothing going down the sewage at all. I mean, it's just, and I got to water that a lot. I mean, the guy said you got to keep water on it, and I got a tripod sprinkler out there, and I'll go through some little bit of water. You know, I just hate to have the sewage tacked onto it because that makes it so much more money. And it would be probably once he gets the top in, then I would have the plumber back to do the fixtures. And when he'll mount the toilet, he'll mount the vanity, he'll hook those up, and he'll hook up the undermount sink that the top people are going to put in. So, because they want to come back and do it all one day. So I'm guessing probably week after, maybe like the second week of August, maybe, that I would be back to hooking up, doing sewage. And I would certainly let them know. But, if I could save a week or two of sewage that I'm not even using, I mean, it's a little bit of money. I mean, I hate to say I'm frugal, but it's wasteful to pay when you don't need it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I do. I understand. And obviously not using sewage, and that puts a little different light on, I guess, because normally we require, 3 months? Is that right, Brooke?
Yeah, we go back 3 months to do the sprinkling credit.
To the credit,
It's a
because
lot.
we can't figure it out, how much it is until we have that.
Can you put a meter on what you're watering,
No,
and then we could gauge it?
Oh, okay. Well, can I have them put a meter on the faucet outside?
Have who put it on?
You said to put a meter on it.
Yeah, could you get a meter and put on it?
How do I get a meter? I mean, don't you guys?
Well, they sell them for garden hoses on Amazon, I think. The meters we put in the pit are about $360 a piece. So
I thought maybe it was
Yeah,
something you
yeah.
put on and take it off.
No.
What's when they do fill the tankers? What do they?
there's a meter. There is a meter on there, and they pay $20 every time they hook up to that hydrant.
Okay.
And that
So I
maintains
need
the
to
meter.
get a water meter. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check Amazon, and they're like I said, they're usually in line. They can go on the
Okay.
garden hose.
I wasn't aware of that. I knew
Yeah.
of like splitters for the hose and things like that, but I didn't know, and I knew of a timer that I can get
Yep.
on and off,
Yep.
but I did not know for meter. Okay, well that's fine. Then I can bring
You
that
can bring
up.
that up and show it to
Absolutely.
them.
Yeah. And we'll adjust off of that.
Yeah.
Huh?
We'll adjust off of that.
that'd be great.
Okay.
You know, if it saves me $40, I mean, $40, $40. I mean,
Yeah.
after what I'm spending on this thing, it'll help. So, okay.
So do you have rentals also?
That's a rental.
That's a
Yeah.
rental?
That's the only one I have in town.
It's only one?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Is there any outstanding water bills on that one, Brooke?
There's one. There's two.
Sometimes we get hit with renters when they leave.
Right, a lot more.
And
Yeah.
and
There's two. One's small and one's large. One's like 170.
Yeah.
Some.
The last guy,
Was
like
that
seven.
the last one, Brooke?
No, the last one was $7.90. I think $7.90.
No.
okay.
The
That
one
was
from
That's
after-
the prices.
That was after
After we applied
his
his
that
deposit.
$200 deposit.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other one, it was way up there when they told me about it. And I'm thinking $200, that had to be like a $400, $500 water bill. And I'm thinking that's more than a month or two. I mean,
It was a 170 some after they took applied
So it
the
was
$200. So
$370?
$370. Yeah.
wow. Because the guy lived there. I mean, he didn't have any kids there. It was just him and his wife.
Yeah.
I mean, how long do you let them go before you ding them for turning it off? Or, you know, I mean, month or 2 months or.
They have to be 45 days past due before we can shut them off.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
that these guys just pick up and leave, and then they, you know, that's all you get.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, the other people who own rental units, if a renter leaves and leaves us with a bill, they will come up and they will make it good.
I think.
The owners will?
Yep.
Well, it's not required. If you make an ordinance, it would be,
Hmm.
but there's no ordinance. If you make the ordinance, that'd be great.
Yeah, because I haven't really needed it because they've done it willingly.
Well, I know some that haven't.
Do we have any, Brooke, anybody else?
No, because the rest of them pay it. So
Yeah.
well, we haven't made an ordinance.
Yeah. They've all paid.
Yeah. All.
All of them?
Yeah. Meeks. They.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Cree, yeah.
Crees. Yeah.
Free.
Kenny has them all in his name, so that he settles up with it. He gets it out of them. So
Mayhans and all those.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Jim.
Mhm.
Jim Evans.
Jim Evans and Tom
Baker.
Baker. Yeah, they pay theirs. So
Okay, well, I felt like, you know, if it was a tenant's bill, I already got hung on that guy for like $5,000 or $6,000 damage, you know,
yeah,
and I ate that, and you can't find them. When they leave, they don't even show up to the hearing, and
Yeah.
you can't find them. You got to be like 007 inspector or something to even locate them.
Well, I don't know if you
It's
know
like
this,
they
but
vanished.
we did up the deposit now to $300,
Okay,
so to cover $100 more.
okay, well, that'll help. I mean,
So
but yeah, but I know, you know, like Flora has the ordinance in Flora, because in Flora, the landlords are responsible. But we had a home over there years ago, and they are responsible. And I don't see anything wrong with that if we know ahead of time, because we can, at that point, when we evict them, we can come up, we can actually,
Add it to
Probably.
the damages.
Yeah, add it
But
right
we
to
had
the
no
damages,
idea
and
that
then
that was.
okay, well, moving forward, when your tenant's behind, we'll let you know. Is that okay? Is that even legal? I'll have to find out if that's legal or not.
Yeah, I don't know if that's legal, but
We'll have to find
I
out.
mean, I'd be willing to, whatever, because I could get on them and about it, because that, you know, if they can't pay the bills, then they need to move. And that's grounds, because in the lease, it's right in there, you know, they can't do that, so.
Yeah.
If you don't know it, you know, on all our utilities, we have landlord agreements where if, they take it out of their name, it automatically goes into our name, so nothing gets shut off.
Yeah.
you
Okay.
know.
I'll
And
do
that
some
can-
research to see if
and that
that's legal for us to let the landlord know, and if it is, we can up our communication with you guys.
That would be great.
Yeah,
Honest to goodness, if I have a way to reclaim it, or
Mhm.
try to reclaim it, even though I don't, because I can't never get it,
Yeah.
but at least at that point, I can go with the idea, well, I can write it off my taxes.
Yeah.
If I have to.
Yeah.
You know, because that's typically what I end up doing. Once you go to court, you know, and the damages is very much, which they always are. But, yeah, we got a nurse that's going to move in when it's done. Very nice girl, and her boyfriend works at SIA. They're very nice, and their parents live here in town. And
We're ready for a good one.
yeah, we're ready for a good one. We've had two bad ones back to back. man, they look right at you and lie to your face. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can't. The older we get, it's like we can't
And
judge.
you do the background check and
Oh yeah, you check for the child predator and all the sexual
Yeah.
things. She does all that. The county supplies all that stuff. But
Anyway.
okay,
Okay,
All right.
yeah, get the meter on there.
I'll
and
get a
bring it
meter
up
on
and work
there,
it,
yes.
and then we'll kind of
Okay.
go from there, okay?
yeah,
All right.
All right.
yeah,
Okey-doke.
and yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
That'll work. Matter of fact, whatever I save on my water on that, I'll put towards that bill.
All right. I
Is
appreciate
that
that.
fair enough? I mean,
That's
I'm
fair.
just saying.
Yeah, I
'cause
appreciate that.
I mean, because I can't. I mean, I thought about not even coming tonight and just going ahead and eating probably the $40 or whatever it's going to be. But I thought, well, I'm going to come up here and see, and if that's what I need to do, I'll get the meter, and then if it saves me $40, I'll just pay it to you guys on that bill, and that'll help you because you can't find him. I know I can't find him.
Yeah.
I have no idea where he's at.
Okay.
Okey-doke.
That's
All
all
right.
I needed. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, guys. Chad, looks like you're up next.
Gotcha.
When they leaving, they're leaving and the best part's coming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, as you see at the top here, yep, we're aware we've got probably another leak on 26 that's destroying the wrong part of the road. So it's just more evidence from our planning grant meeting that, that patch is going to cost us a ridiculous amount of money once we get it fixed. So, because now once we cut it open, we'll have to get it patched quickly. And then of course any asphalt contractor you call at that point is going to be like, well, if I got to peel off the job I'm on to come fix that, then the price just went up. So, we got, hopefully I put this in there as I'm going to let Sarah know as soon as I know on the leak on whether I still want to do the flushing on 28, 29, 30th. If the leak goes well, because I'm planning on trying to be off a little bit later this week. So if that goes well, we'll still do the flushing next week. If not, I'll probably push it to the following week. Finances, as we have been, are doing pretty well. So we had our meeting with the engineers on the master utility study. So there was a couple things I discussed with the engineers after the meeting was over, because the meeting was 2.5 hours, I believe. No, 3 hours. It was over at noon.
Yeah, it was.
So 9 to noon. So I did discuss the next steps to keep this moving is what you probably heard this term, but keep kind of pounding it into your head. It's called a PER, preliminary engineering report. So because they're doing the study, they're trying to write as much of it into the study as they can to save money, hopefully. So normally it's standalone, as you see, they're about $30,000. State revolving fund is what that PER is for, to get the low interest loans that we would have to have. So they're not even going to talk to us unless we've got that PER done. So I did ask them to get a proposal to you guys, hopefully by the next meeting, and hopefully it's not the standalone price. Hopefully I'm hoping it's under 20,000. So the second part, which was required by the state legislature for us to do next year on the utilities, is an asset management plan. I'm all about asset management, as you see all this paper I keep feeding you, but I'm not thrilled with the way they're going to have these plans written. It's not going to be very easy for a layperson to read them. And we'd also be required to do that to get these low interest loans. So I'm not sure. Those two items I know apply to state revolving fund for low interest loans. I'm not positive they also apply for Okra for the grant that we're going to try to get, the $750,000 grant. But those two things I know will have to be done. So I wanted to get a proposal to you guys right now. Assuming we don't have major mess ups, we have the cash balance because of the revenue that we've seen to pay to get that stuff done. Unfortunately, it's not paying for any construction. It's just paying to keep the ball rolling. So that's kind of just an update for you, so you're not surprised next month. I'm still waiting on a company to do some water main capacity testing for the ISO rating. Reading that reminds me I'm going to have to call them again. We're hoping to pour some concrete around. If you see us working next to Dollar General, we've had some issues with those meter pits that we put in when Dollar General went in. getting hit with snow plows, and so we're going to pour a little concrete pad around them to try to keep them from getting hit and damaged and so on. So that's still on there about the ordinance, the customer line responsibility. Wastewater right now is in the black, but it won't stay that way for very long. The SCADA system, we just have to fix a couple glitches on the SCADA system, and then that invoice will be coming in, which is I think $21,000. So there's the list of projects. We did. I've got pictures on my phone if you want to see them. We did get the pipe relocated out of the office at the wastewater plant. That pretty much until the pump comes in for the sludge. That's all I felt like we could afford this year. So we'll resume phases 2 and 3 that we talked about a couple months ago in 2027, hopefully. So we're gonna have to excavate at 165 North Plank to do the next step of that was discussed kind of in our planning grant meeting, that excavating that collapsed spot on this old, what we call Silverthorne tile. So if you see something going on there in the next couple months, that'll be that. And then I don't know if I've told you about this one, but it's kind of on there for my reminder too. We've got a sanitary sewer we need to relocate on Orchard Drive. When we make that a dedicated storm sewer eventually, right now the storm sewer for Orchard Drive just dumps back into our sanitary up the way. So it's combined, but there is one person who has their sanitary tied in. It's probably been that way for probably since they were supposed to unhook it in 1967 when they built the plant, and they ran a sanitary sewer down that street. It's changed owners I don't know how many times since then, so I didn't feel it was fair to say to the owner, you will move that lateral into the proper sewer, when I feel like probably whoever our inspector was back in '67 didn't catch it. So my intention was to move that lateral because it's all roadway digging. None of it's in the guy's yard. So I felt that was the right course of action, is to relocate it, and then that sewer will be the customer's responsibility from that point on. So the rest of that stuff's old. Drain tile inspection, I think we talked about. I put a highlighted thing there in yellow. We are in a bit of holding pattern. I haven't had a chance to go to the recorder's office to look on the property records for 53 Delphi Road for an easement. I suspect that there is an easement back there because there's other utilities back there, but they're not on the same path as this tile that we need to look at. So it's kind of on my somewhat back burner list because Kirkhoff hasn't been really moving. And I'm also concerned, even when we find the tile, that it's not big enough to support the outlet from what would be his potential pond eventually. So, but we still need to find out, because we're going to have to, for the foreseeable future, we'll have to maintain that tile, because assuming that the paperwork went through on the township property, which you'll see at the bottom of this, well, we're going to own property where that tile goes through. So the town will have to do something with it. We can't just let it fail. Yeah, we had a couple issues